I want to talk about math for a minute. I always knew growing up that I was going to use about half of the math that I learned in the classroom. I was wrong. I use even less than that. Mathematics actually taught me that I use about 1/16 of the math that they tried to teach me in a classroom. That's a mathematical statistical fact. But it's not my fault. I mean, they try to throw like rhombus and angles, and who cares? I can't remember the last time I was in a supermarket trying to figure out the square root of a box of tricks. It's just not practical. Who gives a fuck? Who cares about the anterior posterior angle to the front axis? I don't give a shit. If they really wanted to teach math, then there's lessons that could be taught that are practical. One math problem I would use to teach would be like, okay, you owe Verizon $154.17. You have a car payment that's late of $395.42. Your credit card is stacking up, and your insurance for your car is $187.22. This week you made $650 because you decided to go out drinking on a 2-day bender and miss work 2 days in a row. How much money are you short for your bills at the end of the month? And how much extra work are you going to have to do to compensate? There's a math problem that I can use because it's practical. It's relative to life, It's real shit. It's not the trapezoid and a fucking angle. Who cares? Fuck it. Fuck your trapezoid. Fuck your rhombus, Mr. Math Professor. I remember the day I gave up on math, though, very specifically. It was 11th grade, Mr. Fode's class, and it was a Friday. I remember it was a Friday because I gave it even an extra less of a shit that day in class. And on a Friday, this guy tries to introduce a new lesson for next week. He's going to give us the introductory. Never forget it. It was a little rainy outside. I just wanted to go home. I was depressed. And this guy draws an I on the chalkboard and says, "This is I. This is an imaginary number." As soon as he said imaginary number, I said to myself, you gotta be fucking with me. There's no way. If you want me to deal with numbers, fine. But now you want me to imagine numbers? No, this has got to be a joke. Anytime that there's anything imaginary involved, I think Nickelodeon or TV. I don't think math classroom. Can't have imaginary things in a math classroom. Give me numbers. I'll fucking try to work with them as best as I can. At least I'll try to do work, but I'm not going to put extra effort into imagining one for you. Tell me what it is. He goes, I is an imaginary number. I was like, no, I is an actual letter, buddy. Mr. Math Know-It-All Genius, Smarty Pants, fucking asshole. You know what? I is stupid, and so is math.